Hi readers, it's Lori. Welcome back to my channel, Books, Ink, and Paper, or welcome if this is your first time. I hope you stick around and look at some of the videos and see what you like and introduce yourself to me and to this community because they are awesome. Today, I am going to talk about my TBR for Ketchupathon 2024. Now, I have participated in Ketchupathon at least once before. Last year, I know I did because it was the burger, but I think I did it in 2022 as well. But this is a readathon that Krista at Books and Jams, as well as Amy at Amy's Bookish Life, put this readathon on every year, I think, for the last several years, and it's a really fun one. And the way this works is typically that most people who join will then get their backlist book of the month titles read. Maybe not all of them, but a good number of them. And that happened to me last year. This readathon goes on for 2 weeks. So it starts August 1st and it ends on August 14th. And I have a pretty big stack here, but I'm certain I won't complete all of these books in the 2 weeks. However, there's a prompt for each one, and this year's theme is a cookout rather than a burger. This is a cookout. So all of the prompts are connected to something regarding a cookout, and you have sort of 3 or more choices of books that you want to add to this readathon, to this structure that they've created, which is very fun. Then there are also some additional activities that you can complete for just, fun. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to pick for this. Also, you can double up your prompts, and some of these would double, so I'm not worried about reading all 6. You can also not use Book of the Month Club books should you choose. And if you're not a subscriber, that's absolutely fine, and you should choose the books that you want to go with these prompts. So that's all good. And let's see, and have fun. Those are the rules, essentially, of the Ketchupathon. The first prompt for the Ketchupathon is the location of your cookout, and the choices are backyard, set in your state or country, park, which is a nature setting, and then the third one is beach, which is set in a different country. So this is really working for me because this is also one of my big book summer possibilities. So I'm going to go with A Gentleman in Moscow by A. Tolles if I get to it. It's big. It's a chunker. So yes, but this one is set in Russia. And I think, yes, it's set in Russia. And I've been wanting to read it for a while. I just finished an A. Tolles earlier. I haven't talked to you about it yet, but I will soon. I'd like to get this one done and then maybe get to Rules of Civility. So this is my cookout in another country. I guess I could call room service if I was living with that character. Okay, the next one is guests. And so the first prompt is family, a family-focused book. The second prompt is friends, found family. And the third prompt is neighbors in your neighborhood. So whoever you invite to your cookout, that's the book you choose. And so I'm inviting my family, and I'm going to read The Connollys of County Down by Tracy Lang, which you may remember if you're a frequent viewer that I just recently added this to the Why Haven't I Read This Book pile, and I wanted to get to it. And I'm going to also say that this one is short, so hold that thought, but I think this one will be great. It is a family drama. It is about a girl who comes out of prison and reunites with her family, and some things are challenging with them as well. And I can't wait to get to this. And I really loved her first novel, We Are the Brennans. So that is my family guests for the Ketchupathon. The next prompt is the meat that you would choose. So that is steak, which would be a literary fiction novel, burgers or dogs, which would be historical fiction, and shish kebabs, which would be a mystery or thriller. Now, if I were actually picking the cookout, I would pick steaks, but I also like burgers and hot dogs. So I chose a historical fiction book that I have really not gotten to either. And it's a bit bigger. It's not huge, but I don't know why I haven't read this book. This is 359 pages, but it's pretty large print. It is set in the New England area. Let's see. It's been a while since I looked at this. New York, old New York. Sofia Colicchio and Antonia Russo are best friends since birth. And because they live in New York and because it's called The Family, you can probably guess this is probably a mob-like story. And it does span several decades, and they grow up together. And I did start it once. I think I tried a chapter once and I really was interested in it, and then I just didn't pick it up. So The Family is my burgers and hot dogs because I love them both too. The sides are a lot of choices. You can choose a pasta salad, multiple POVs, a fruit salad with a colorful cover, chips, which is your shortest book, which I may end up with chips as well, mac and cheese, two people on the cover, which would work for family too, baked beans, simple cover, and veggie platter food on the cover. So I have a couple of these books that would also be a side. So let's see. But the one I'm choosing today is Fruit Salad for the colorful cover because I have this one on my summer reads list. I have wanted to read it since I got it. I haven't had it long. This was a May 2024 release, so this is not a terribly long backlist of Book of the Month, but it's been there for a few months. And this is by Kalyan Bradley. I hear great things about this. This is like a futuristic Outlander where a woman who is an investigator is meets up with a man who came from 1847. His name is Commander Graham Core, and he died in so he ends up showing up, and I can't wait. So a little bit of sci-fi, speculative, time travel, outlandery vibes, beautifully colorful cover. So that one works for me. So the other one I chose is My Murder by Katie Williams. This one would work for a shorter book. It's not the shortest. The Connolly's is the shortest, but it's close. It's very, very close to the Connolly's. This also would work for a family if I, need an extra one and I decide to go with this one first. It's got a simple cover. This would work for a lot of things, but I have not gotten to this, and I really wanted this a lot when it first came out. This is about Lou, and she's been a victim of a serial killer, and she's reanimated by the government, and I think she tries to solve her own murder. Yes, please. And then I have another one, which is a Dessert, which is my free choice, a book that just doesn't fit anywhere else. And I picked this because I want to get it done. I've already talked about it, and it doesn't really fit in any of the other prompts that I know of. And it's a beautiful cover, and it's like birds outside waiting for the cookout, right? That's what this is. So I'd like to add this one to the list. So you can see I have a pretty good list here of possibilities for the Ketchupathon. I have a pretty clear idea that I probably won't finish them all, but that's okay. I'm also participating in another readathon, so I will let you know if any of these can overlap into that, but that one's a little more complex, so I'm going to talk to you about that next, but not today. Oh, and let me tell you what the other activities are. Review a Book of the Month Club book, which I can certainly easily do. I'm going to finish at least one of these. Read outside. It's like we have heat advisories every day, but maybe. Do a try chapter with Book of the Month books. I could do that. Participate in reading sprints. Check. I could do that. Feature a Book of the Month book on Instagram. Easy done. And a buddy read. Maybe not as easy. And I've been doing a lot of buddy reads lately. And I also, I'm coming up on the month of baby birth, so I want to make sure that I don't overextend myself with other people so that I keep a lot of time to make sure that I am available and ready to go. So that is my list of books that my pile of possibilities for the Ketchupathon 2024. If you would like to participate in Ketchupathon, all you have to do is participate. You can download the printout, which I have done, and wrote my books on the side so I could remember what I chose. Again, this goes from August 1st to the 14th. Krista at Books and Jams, as well as Amy at Amy's Bookish Life. You'll have a ball. They are lovely people, and this was a fun readathon last year, so I can't wait to get started again. So I can begin very, very soon. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all of your comments and your support. And thanks for joining me today. If you're new, I appreciate it. And as always, happy reading. Bye.